Congressman Lawler is not going to criticize him because Elon Musk is a major donor to Congressman Lawler's re-election campaigns, firing tens of thousands of workers only for the courts to reverse the firing. Second biggest recipient of the money after Donald Trump.
Let's hop into another CNN panel, this time with the socialist mayor candidate in New York, who is really taking the fight to Trump and his immigration border czar. So buckle in, take a moment, leave us a like. It's free. It helps the channel grow, and we really appreciate it. And other than that, let's get into the takedown.
I think what the general public sees is a Democratic Party that is more interested in defending people like Mahmoud Khalil than they are victims of crime here in New York City, than they are Jewish students who have been subjected to vile anti-Semitism across these college campuses and universities, or than they did seeing Democrats refuse to stand for a 13-year-old boy who's suffering from cancer who was made a Secret Service agent. That's what the juxtaposition is right now. That's what the American people are seeing. And they're looking at it and they're going, these people are out of their minds.
Go ahead.
Well, you know what I think also the New Yorkers are seeing is a Jewish student by the name of Grant Minor, who was the president of the United Auto Workers local on Columbia's campus that was just fired by Columbia administration for participating in those same protests. These are students that deserve their rights to be respected. These are ones that deserve to be recognized by those of us who...
Perfect response here. I mean, first off, Trump deported a 10-year-old with brain cancer who was awaiting treatment not 2 weeks after his State of the Union or address to Congress or whatever. So give me a break on the, well, Democrats didn't stand nonsense, especially when they didn't stand because Trump was using this kid's very real condition to push anti-vax propaganda. Also, I think being the party who's willing to stand for the right of free speech, our constitutional values like due process, regardless of who the individual is or their status or how they look or what they say, that's the party clearly doing the right thing. Nobody who isn't racist seriously looks at a permanent resident being deported who didn't commit a crime or isn't even being accused of committing a crime and thinks, well, he is an immigrant, so we might as well get rid of him. They think, wow, I could be next.
Firing tens of thousands of workers only for the courts to reverse the firing. This is absolutely a conflict of interest, but the Trump administration and Elon Musk, they don't care. Elon is trying to be the first trillionaire, and he wants to be an oligarch that not just controls American governments, he wants to control world governments. And Congressman Lawler is not going to criticize him because Elon Musk is a major donor to Congressman Lawler's re-election campaigns, and that's the problem. We don't have Republicans in Congress.
True, Congressman
yes,
Lawler?
it is very true.
He's a major donor to your campaigns?
Not directly.
I just want to make sure.
No, not directly to my campaign. He had a independent expenditure that he spent on dozens of congressional races.
Second biggest recipient of the money after Donald Trump.
I love how easy it is to catch these clowns in real time. One simple question. And this is why Elon Musk being an unelected bureaucrat is such a scary thing, because he has financial power over so many members of Congress, either directly, like with Trump or like Mike Lawler here, or indirectly, just through the threat of being able to primary them, because he could wipe his ass with what they probably bankrolled in campaign donations their last cycle. So now when he's coming in, he's clearly acting against the will of the people, doing illegal things, trying to get crucial agencies to make more money for himself, trying to force his hand into the Pentagon and more. No one on the Republican side, which is the side that happens to control all parts of the government right now, is willing to speak up out of fear of what he can do to them. It's a billionaire who has more power in the government than the government. It's a clear conflict of interest, but it's also more than that. It's a rather successful coup of democracy.
Maybe I'm the crazy one at the table, but I'm actually comfortable with someone who is incredibly effective at putting small objects and large objects into orbit over China.
Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with potentially Elon Musk showing these plans or giving intelligence to
You're just
China?
making that
I'm
up.
not.
You're saying
I am not. I am saying that is why, as Abby was saying, hold on, Abby, this is why Abby was saying it's on a need-to-know basis. It's a need-to-know basis because only a handful of people have this information. Not only that, I was a former Justice Department official up until 2 months ago, and I had a security clearance. What I will tell you is I was. Can you let the woman at the table, please?
Go ahead. You interrupted me. I was talking here. You interrupted me.
What I will tell you is that it is the Pentagon. What is happening here, and everyone needs to be scared, is Pentagon officials are sounding the alarm. This doesn't just happen on its own. This has happened because career officials within the Pentagon are terrified.
Yes, and this is the nonpartisan officials who are just there to do a duty. You know, the ones that Trump tried to en masse fire because, hey, we want a loyalist there instead. Nobody wants this. And that's why they're sounding the alarm. Nobody asked for this. People who know how it's supposed to run are saying, hey, this isn't okay. And there are people who have no political reason to say one thing or the other. They just have a reason for preserving the Department of Defense, for preserving our national security, for preserving the country. But it's just people like on this panel, the Republicans who are going to defend everything that Trump does that ends up normalizing these completely batshit insane actions that he's taken. If Trump walked down on the street and shot someone point blank range, this guy would defend him. Scott Jennings would defend him. It's insanity. And I mean, at some point, when our national security is at risk, when our democracy is at risk, when human rights are at risk, when all of this is at risk, we have to draw the line. And I'm glad at least that the nonpartisan officials are sounding the alarm. And I guess only time will tell how much that'll matter.